I hurt someone I love because I cheated, all because I'm scared to love someone because they could die. Trigger warning. I need advice. I don't need more blame. My girlfriend of over 2 years broke up with me 5 days ago. I fully understand why. Going into it, she was already a better partner than I was. Her parents taught her more communication skills and overall embraced her and her feelings better than my parents did. I'm a piece of work for sure. I never go out of my way to hurt anyone though. Sometimes interaction with people is just hard for me. With that being said, she's had a much better life, as other people have also said. She hasn't had much happen that's really traumatized her, I guess. Her parents got divorced but very civilly when she was 3 but have been good co-parents since. Her mom has paid for almost everything for her, but now she is completely independent, which has happened over our time together. I have had it a little bit rougher. My parents have fought since I was born, got married when I was 3 but have been miserable since. They don't communicate well to each other or me and my siblings very effectively. It's hard to try to grow up in that environment. My dad had an affair, which our mom made us think we had a part in that and turned us against our dad. Then, my parents were upset they didn't have more kids, because they resented each other, so they tried to fix their affair by doing IVF and having a baby at 49 years old. That was rough. My mom disliked my brother, and it was obvious, so having a 13-year age gap, my sister having an 8-year age gap with him, we took care of him. We were homeschooled, so we were with each other all the time and my mom didn't work, so it was us 4, all the time. On top of that, in May of 2020, my 3-year-old brother drowned in our family pool. I found him, my sister pulled him out, I called 911, my mom performed CPR. God, that was hard. Nothing was the same for anyone after. My dad constantly blames my mom. It's common to hear the conversation of who killed Kenny? I am now realizing, because of this, I don't truly let anyone in. I push people away just far enough so I can think I love them and they can love me, because I am so scared to let someone all the way in and be completely attached, and then they die, or leave. And then, it gets worse. I got diagnosed with ADHD when I was 8, because my mom hated my behavior, so when we found that out, she was surprised, but nothing changed. Instead of helping me, medicating me, taking me to therapy, she made fun of me and my forgetfulness, and told me that it was just a me problem, that I needed to learn how to fit in and get over having ADHD. So, I took myself, got re-diagnosed when I was 18, a freshman in college, because I had struggled with high school homework so bad with getting it in on time and understanding it. Same thing for freshman year, except now I had a 2.7 GPA after graduating with a 4.0. I got reclassified from having mild ADHD to moderate, so then I got myself put on Adderall, and wow, I was exceeding in my classes. Anyway, I am definitely different, and have to experience life differently. Difficulty with social cues, time blindness, difficulty managing emotions, lack of memory, impaired decision-making, sleep issues, severe impulsivity, object permanence. I've got it all. After doing research, I learned that other people with ADHD have issues staying completely faithful, too, due to emotional uninhibition, attraction to novelty, need for stimulation, and obviously impulsivity. The common pattern is unemotional, physical acts of cheating, especially when under the influence, which all applies to my acts of cheating also. The facts are, I had sex with a man 6 days after my ex-girlfriend asked me to be her girlfriend, then 6 days after that, made out with a girl multiple times that night. Both times, I didn't even remember it the next morning because I was so intoxicated. The man and I woke up next to each other because his other female friend had taken the other bed, and we got up and saw a condom wrapper on the ground and were completely confused. We both hadn't know what happened. I didn't know I made out with the girl because the next morning I saw hickeys on her and said, "Oh wow, who did that to you?" I told my ex-girlfriend 2 months later. She was shocked and clearly hurt, but I knew I had to tell her. Ever since then, she struggled with having intimacy with me. Sex was not a big thing for us, unlike before I told her. Because of that, and my guilt, I had, a year later, when we were on very different schedules, I downloaded Tinder and talked to people. I had the intention of making friends but got carried away, and told a couple girls how pretty their eyes or smiles were. She went through my phone and found out. I felt terrible. I couldn't explain why I did that and still continued to tell my girlfriend I love her, and only her, which was never a lie. After that? I can probably count on 2 hands how many times we had sex, which I don't blame her for at all. She didn't trust me and I know why. I did it again, 8 days ago. I downloaded Tinder and Hinge, but I never matched, messaged, or even swiped on anyone. I was so unhappy, and wanted satisfaction, not sexually but emotionally, I think, but I knew I didn't truly want anyone else. She had a friend who found me on both within 2 hours and sent it to her. She immediately knew she was going to break up with me and planned it out. That was on Tuesday. She broke up with me and knew everything she was going to say, including I can't stay there for the days I work at 5 a.m. an hour away anymore. I had till the end of the month to get all of my stuff out. Mind you, we are both on the lease. Anyway, I'm respecting her wishes because I know I hurt her. I was the worst, but I still love her and care for her, so I know I have to give her space and time. This is the hardest thing I've ever done, and I don't think I'll love anyone else. How do I begin healing through all of this guilt and shame? How do I stop loving her? What the hell do I do? Should I have any hope for us in the future?